We are just about like on the hour. Should we take a 5-second, like a 5-minute break and?
No, I think this fight will be done soon, and I think that
Okay.
we'll just let Guishin and Silhouette and Takedown take their turns, and if Rusty's not back by then we'll deal with it then.
If the robots ain't dead by then, I'll be very surprised. I mean,
all right, Guishin.
Jeez, guys.
Take your
All
turn.
right. So stepping out of out of the room that we're in because I was floating around inside. I just want to go ahead and fly out through the window, take a look down and around, and then go ahead and pick a couple of targets, or pick a target and go ahead and let him have it.
Okay.
So with that, an 18. I don't know if that hits. Does that hit?
Let's see. We're back. Rusty's back, by the way, so yay for that. And you rolled an 18.
That's right.
Yes, that will hit.
All right, so they're saving against what, 25 is the DC. My blast damage is 10. It's plus 10, so it's 20 actually.
They saved on that one. Yep.
All right, so that one does not take any damage.
Wah wah, you are still learning your powers. One day
Indeed.
you will be an unstoppable juggernaut of energy, but now you are learning your craft. Bootleg.
I'm going to continue to steal Therion's powers after having locked onto him several rounds ago. So Therion needs to make another fortitude roll to resist the weakened will.
18 this time. Was it still minus 3?
Not yet. It's gonna be. It's a cumulative. So he loses another 2 points of will to resist the actual affliction. So now he makes a will roll against DC 20. He's going to be at a -5 because it was a 3 before plus 2 for this time.
So 13.
That gets me a second degree of success. Therion will be at a -5 with rolls he makes with his powers, which is fine. He can still shape change and run away. He'll be okay. And that gets me 20 points that I will pour into Guishin momentarily.
All right. Next up is Silhouette.
All right. Silhouette. Well, first of all, the attack that was coming on the ones that are fighting takedown is over, but the ones in the staircase if there's still robots alive in there, or if there's robot moving in there, they get attacked. And now I'm seeing that Bootleg seems Silhouette is not quite sure what he's doing, but he likes it. So for now, he's just gonna crawl his way or teleport his way near Bootleg and switch one of his powers. Just give me a second right now. Yep, his concealment, which is usually just for him, he's gonna take a move action to and concentrate to basically conceal himself and Bootleg to protect them from attack.
Okay, so you have concealment. Is your other power still going, or are you moving it? Your attack power, or are you just not using that this turn?
I don't think I can move it. Well, the ones that are, as I said at the beginning, the ones that Takedown is fighting, the power is gone for now. It's lingering for one turn only.
Okay.
But the ones in the staircase, I know I obliterated most of these robots, but if other ones are moving in that space during that turn, they're going to get attacked.
Okay. Well,
So
then,
if
you
that-
have given both yourself and Bootleg a +2 penalty or +2 bonus to your dodge or parry rolls, or if you'd rather them take a negative.
No, actually, it's a concealment, so they have to beat a DC 14 to even see it.
So it's actually a concealment power. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's just like it gets dark around us and they can see us. And if anyone is in a 30 feet radius, they can benefit from that.
Okay, so everybody else gets the concealment as well within 30-foot radius. All right, next up is takedown.
Alright, I am going to pick up a piece of robot that had previously been dropped, and I'm gonna just use it like a baseball bat to go after the next one.
Solid.
Do you just want me to roll once, and then you can do defense until you...
That's what I've been doing, yeah.
Yeah, let's just stick with that. Alright, so grab a robot.
So I've been, so you hit that one, and I'm just gonna roll defense for all of them. So that's one down. Oh no!
Oh,
Second
and
one.
at the second one, I see a security camera. I fling the arm that I had and throw it, and I stop and just like pause a minute for the security camera, run my fingers through my hair. When I go after the other one, just swing wide.
Excellent. Well, at least you took down one. So there's only 12 left, and these 12 now are going to take aim at you again because there's no more monologue going on. Soulbot is going to... Here we go. 22. Does that hit?
That'll hit. So now roll toughness.
Are you sure that'll hit? What did I need before?
My dodge DC is 20.
Okay, so they hit 20. Okay, so they're at -2. They're still going to hit you with 2.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
I'm super
totally
tough.
fine. Totally not going to
I
take
got
any
a
damage
33 as I just take it.
All right, that's not going to hit. That second one. The third one's not going to hit. Fourth one's not going to hit. Fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. The 11th and 12th are going to hit.
Yeah, last two were it. See you.
So 23. Okay, so you got the
43?
toughness for the first one. No problem. And 21. All right, so that's
and one
2.
finally got me.
That's because I critted on that one. I rolled a natural 20 for that 12th one. You're actually going to take an extra rank of failure for that one. So you're actually going to be dazed until the end of your next turn, and you're going to be at a -1 to any further checks against damage.
Okay.
Which for you is not too terribly bad, but still, you didn't quite hit all of them you wanted to, and then you ended up getting attacked by ray guns.
That's what I get for getting cocky.
Just makes you kind of irritated. Taro, it's your go.
I got nothing, man. I'm just gonna try to direct traffic at this point.
Taro hides in the corner.
No,
We're gonna
I'm
win.
I'm still like dodging around, but I'm using my remaining action to just be like, duck now, move now, attack low.
All right. Still, I'll
Go for the eyes, boo.
I will give everyone a +2 to their attacks for Taro using his power offensively for this round. Guishin.
Real quick, before Guishin's action, my power finishes doing all the mojo that it was doing. So in close, Silhouette sees like a weird, almost shapeshifter ripple thing wash over Bootleg, and then Bootleg's energy signature flares with the same ripple that Guishin's has. Like the two of them sync up for a second, and it probably like burns a hole through like a wall of computers like between them.
Oh, so you're pumping up.
Guishin was. Yeah, he got supercharged. His Effect 10 blast is now an Effect 10 blast in a 60-foot straight line. It is not selective the way the shadows got selective with their creepy crawly tendrils. It's just he's going to zap something, and that blast is going to hit everything in a 6-foot wide, 60-foot long line.
So if you pointed it right, everything on the stairs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Unfortunately, including takedown, but, you know.
Well, this is where the drama comes in. I am not really aware of what's happening, so yeah, he's so this surge of energy is kind of rushing through him, and he's not sure what's going on, but he does know that he's aiming at like the top one on that step, and his intent, of course, is to hit that one, not realizing that all of a sudden this
he's
influx
supercharged
of powers come through, and all of a sudden just, and I mean it's so much to where it even shoots him backward kind of unprepared, hasn't steadied himself against the air molecules around him in flight. And so it actually will launch him backwards as he fires this straight line. Now, is there an attack roll on this one?
You should make one attack roll.
Nope.
And then
no. Nope. It just hits everything in a 60-foot line. They can make dodge rolls to get out of the way. I don't have the PDF. I had to jump ship to Felicia's computer, but it's under the area modifier. Okay. It auto hits things, but they do get to make a roll to avoid it, which takedown will probably be pretty okay at. But I imagine the robots likely will not.
Okay. So yeah, they should I make a roll for all of them? No, I'll just make one roll. 18, that's going to miss. So yes, you're going to hit all of them, and they're going to make their toughness checks now.
All right.
What's your DC? Or your
So 25 is the DC that they have to beat.
All right. Jeez, look at that. Two survive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What was it? 25 you said?
25.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them survived. So there's
All
6
right.
left, but you did a pretty big number on them.
Now, were you saying that...
and then, also, takedown. You need to make a roll to see if you can dodge out of that.
I got a 30.
She's okay. Yeah. She's like, whoa, watch out, man. And Guishin, you fire this bolt and crush 6 of them unexpectedly and almost hit your teammate. What are you thinking?
I'm just kind of like looking around, he's looking at his hands. He's like, wow. Not quite realizing where that came from.
Yeah. Did I do that? All right, Bootleg.
I am actually running out of friendlies to drain the powers from because I now know that I've got Anchor and Starburst looking out for pace, and I've got Therion weakened. He's still able to transform, but he's going to be weaker than normal in whatever forms he transforms into. But I know Therion is going to be fast enough to worry about getting away instead of fighting. But I don't think I want to drain anyone else. These new anomalies that we've run across, I don't know how well they'll be able to resist the drain and still defend themselves. So I'm going to make another perception roll and kind of sweep the area with my genetic anomaly senses. And I'm going to see if I can find any other anomalies around, like some supervillain that's doing this stuff. So I will make a perception roll, and you can let me know if I spot any other anomalies.
Sure. You cast your genetic net wide, and with a 15...
that is a very bad roll, so 15 to try and spot.
Whether there are any more anomalies, or whether you just made a bad roll, you're not sure, but you don't sense anything. Anything beyond what you sensed earlier.
All right, then. I'm just going to continue to take a knee here in the all-encompassing darkness of Silhouette's angsty superpowers and continue to look for supervillains to drain, because I ran out of my best friends to drain.
Silhouette, it's your turn.
All right. Since it takes this concealment power when I include other people, it takes concentration, which means it takes one of my standard action. I still have one for attacks, right?
A standard action is your attack.
Okay, and I only have one by turn.
Yeah. So if you wanted to keep that up, you wouldn't be able to do an attack yet.
Okay, then.
I mean, you've already more than pulled your weight this time.
Yeah, I know. So the Silhouette is gonna turn to Bootleg to be like, he looks at him trying to look around, and he sees what he did with the microwave blasting guy. So he's like, huh, so that's what you do. That's interesting. I like it. That's good stuff you got there. I'll keep us safe. And he's just gonna keep his power crawling. And actually, no, he's gonna do something else. Is gloom power that gives -2 to visual effects. He's gonna apply it to inside the little space where everyone is fighting.
All right, so they're a
Only
-2
for the
again.
robot.
All right.
Yeah.
Takedown.
All right. Well, I've got to regenerate, but I think I do that automatically.
You do. Yep.
So yeah, so I'll get rid of that those penalties since I have regeneration 10. I have this big hole
More than
in my
enough to, yeah.
yeah, big hole in my chest from those blasters that just starts to like edge back together and knit close. I'm like, is the soup cool enough to like fix the hole too? Does it like meld that together?
It's made of hyper stable threads, so yeah, we'll say it closes up automatically.
Just like and it's gone. It's just like all right, cool. So
Quantum stitching, that's what we'll call it.
quantum stitching.
The important thing about quantum stitching is that it also doesn't work when that looks cooler.
Right.
Like if your suit gets torn to shreds and you're all badass and it's like smoldering or whatever, like that's fine. Sometimes it doesn't work.
It's like Schrodinger's suit. It may or may not be damaged. Okay, your turn, Takedown.
Yeah, fantastic. So, man, I hate to do the same thing over, but I think I am just going to I'll do a run and a dramatic leap and just head for the next robot.
When you've got a name like Takedown, you know,
right?
You do you. When the opportunity comes up, you go nuts.
Let's see what's conveniently around me. I've been using random robot parts, so I'm just gonna grab, I think, the head of a robot in each hand and just start using it almost like brass knuckles or boxing gloves. Yeah.
Yeah, like boxing glove with the heads. Yes.
Yeah, my hands are now up in the robot heads. It's 23.
That will hit. So let's see. The DC 21. Oh, but they're at -2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That's all of them. All right.
All right.
You have you look around after that brilliant display, and you realize that there's no more guys. There's no more. Yeah.
Wait. Am I still standing in the creepy darkness?
Yeah. No, you're just,
yeah.
You know what the heck's going on? Like, are they all gone? Like, where? Come at me, bro. You know, let's do this. What happened to our?
I think you broke.
Did I break something? What happened?
Yeah. I probably just didn't look at Bootleg like with that smile of I did it.
Bootleg is going to kind of gesture airily at the darkness in general for it to get out of the way so he can see the team better and vice versa. And then he's just going to straighten up and walk towards the door, everything according to plan, because it basically was. You go, everyone all right?
More or less, yeah. Robots.
Yeah.
I praise my suit. This is a damned handmade Armani.
Yeah, your suit that is not made of quantum stitching is a little bit more damaged than the rest.
Damn! Now I'm down to only 19.
And
which means Arafat's pulled into the lead.
Bootleg is going to point where, in a straight line, he sensed the original variants. So I know that he's not going to point downstairs and take a left or whatever, but he's just, he's going to point in the direction of where they are, because he still has that vision up. And he's going to say, we're borrowing some anomaly power from the original variants, and they're that way. So we need to get over there and protect them. Let's do it while you still have the boosts. Take point, because you're fastest.
Yeah, I would say that's the all she was waiting for, and then she just zips down the hall and is gone.
Okay, so you head down the hallways of the Soul Forge, and at length you come across what seems to be a row of I don't know. They almost look like medieval or older cells. Like they're carved out of rock with a sort of modern cell, like a cell bars, stuck on the front of them. And you see that they're all empty and they're all open now, and a whole bunch of rubble is in your way. Like something has collapsed the hallway. You can still get around it, if you are careful. But it does look like something has made an exit that was rather explosive.
Silhouette, Guishen, check the other side, and then the rest of us will start clambering over, but I know how those two can move. So we'll order them over first, and then start climbing up and over the rubble where there's room for the not insubstantial or not teleporting.
Right, so Silhouette is gonna either teleport on the other side if he can find a dark corner on the other side. He's just gonna look at...
There's flickering lights and shadows everywhere.
Oh, well, then he's gonna use his remote sensing power to steers up to...
So are you actually going on the other side of the rubble, or are you just looking?
I'm just gonna look for now.
Okay. On the other side of the rubble, sort of just standing there imposingly, is maybe the most intimidating woman that you've ever seen. She's standing over 6 feet tall, and you can't decide if she's closer to 30 or 60 years old. Her gray hair, along with the severity of her face and her focused eyes, suggest that she's an older woman, but her perfect skin, full lips, and well-toned frame make you doubt yourself. She's wearing black and silver suit, and a black cape is draped over her. She is by far the most imposing thing that you have seen in this Soulforge so far.
So he's just gonna... Well, the shadow is just gonna speak up. All I can see is this weird and very imposing woman outside. That's about it for now. Wait, did they let them keep their costume? I was stripped naked for... And he's like, to remind everyone, it's just a shadow on the ground talking, speaking out.
Can I use a precognitive assessment?
Sure.
Great. Just like basics of what they might be capable of, that kind of thing. And maybe just a quick glimpse of shit that will get me fried.
In this case, there doesn't seem to be anything that will happen in the immediate future that will cause her to use whatever powers she has, or to be violent towards you. She just seems uninclined to be violent towards you at this moment. So no possible futures in which she uses her powers or attacks you.
I will saunter up with my hands in my pockets, as unthreatening as a summer day.
So you're crossing the rubble and crossing to the other side?
Yep, casual as can be.
You see that same woman, and she notices you, and she talks with a bit of an English accent. And hello, darling. It's so good to see. Who are you again?
Why, don't you remember me?
I'm sure I would. But unfortunately, I do not. I don't tend to concern myself with the help.
The help?
And she absolutely owns that statement, like looking at you like, yep, that's what I said.
Oh, you are.
Say,
you are fun.
Say, driver, do you have any friends with you?
Driver, you do dress 'em well, don't you? Matter of fact, I do.
Well, let's all introduce ourselves, shall we? If we're going to escape together, I mean.
Good thinking. After you, miss. Sorry, I haven't had the pleasure.
All right.
Hold out my hand.
Quintessa, Regent of the Elements. You can be at my service if you'd like.
I most certainly am at your service, dear lady.
That's a good lad. We'll get along swimmingly.
Help her over the rubble and
actually,
look over
no,
a takedown.
She just makes a door in the rubble.
Oh, well, I still hold her hand in a gentlemanly way as she does that. As soon as she's not looking, look at Bootleg like.
Yeah, and the door that she makes is actually like a Victorian era door made out of rubble. like down to the most exquisite detail. Like she just conforms it to her will and then steps through. And immediately she sees Bootleg. Oh, Bootleg, it's so good to see you, darling. I had no idea it would be you. And then she kind of chuckles to herself. Of course.
Bootleg will scramble out from the rubble that he was climbing across as it doesn't quite crush him to death. And he will dust himself off after standing up from that. And I go, well, I knew it was going to be you. You're welcome, by the way.
Was that you that shut down the inhibitor chips? Oh, it's...
And that opened the cells.
Seems like I owe you one, then. That's not a position I care to be in.
Yeah, well, it's a position you're in right now. Let's kill as few as possible on the way out, help the anomalies get clear, and you and I can call it even.
Oh, dear.
And go hold out a hand.
You won't have to kill anyone. All these robots are terribly dull to engage in fisticuffs with. Yes, I do know where your friends are. Of course, they ran the other way when they saw me, but if you follow down this hall, we'll find them.
There are scientists on the island, but we're not going to kill anyone. We don't have to, right?
Oh, like
he holds a hand out for her to shake.
She shakes your hand. I promise. No killing right now. I am in a good mood. Regardless of the circumstances, I must say, this was beneficial. And then she...
No killing, no power drink.
And then she...
After you, ma'am.
She turns around, her cape flicks back towards your face, doesn't even introduce herself to the rest of you, and then just says, all right, come now, follow me. And just starts walking at a brisk pace.
I'm following close behind her. I turn around, so I'm walking backward facing the group and just mouthing, be cool.
After about, what feels like about 5 minutes of walking, you start hearing chitter and chatter of, well, what seems like teenagers worriedly talking to each other. And then Quintessa turns back to Bootleg. Oh, I think your boyfriends and girlfriends are here. Right up there. Can't you hear them? Chittering and chattering away like peasant children who don't know they're in the company of their betters. Aren't you going to run to them?
After you, ma'am.
Very well. It didn't go so well last time, but if you insist. And she just chuckles to herself.
Ollie, oxen, free way ones.
He's not turning his back on her. Like we're going in together. But yeah, he's
all right. So you follow her. She walks in. You see the original variants. They see her walk and they shriek back. You see a couple of you see a couple of stone pieces embedded in pace, and Therion looks kind of beat up as well. And they see her coming, and they all just sort of shrink back, like, oh crap, here's round 2. And she goes, hello, darlings. Guess who I've found? Guess who's here with me? It's Bootleg. And they all kind of gasp, like, what? What? Why would... And now they're all shocked.
Hey, Starburst. Howdy, fellas. Brought some friends. Figured we'd, go ahead and pull one of those good old-fashioned prison breaks.
They all look at you like with a look you've never seen before. Like they're upset with you. Like, how could you? What are you doing here? I can't believe you came back after what you did. Working with her? Taking our powers?
Well, I mean, she was locked up along with all the rest of y'all. Have you guys seen a couple new anomalies running around?
Bootleg! Stop! You betrayed us! She let you out! And you've been working with her the whole time!
What?
She told us! And
I lean in. Actually, he's been working with me the whole time.
See?
Nice to see you.
Taro,
No.
too! You guys, what do you start
Taro.
some evil club while we've been locked up here?
Irish, shut it.
Guishin is just gonna kind of like shrink back a little, like I'm
Yeah,
not
just
necessarily with these guys.
Family drama.
with you.
I was just was kind of here randomly.
Go watch the rear. Like,
I can't believe it. Bootleg teaming up with Taro and Quintessa and the shadow spooky guy over here.
What have I ever done to you? I mean,
Bootleg's just gonna say, Irish, shut it, and give him a look, and you go, I'm not working with Taro. Taro is working with the headmaster and me to get all the kidnapped anomalies off this island. That just happens to include Quintessa. I had to borrow your powers a little bit in order to supercharge this new group. This is Guaishan, this is Takedown, this is Silhouette. We're here to get everyone out of here. Did you guys see the other anomalies? There's one that can grow, there's one that's real pissed off, there's one that, I don't know, might know Kung Fu or something. We got to get everyone out of here, y'all.
As you're talking to them, Quintessa turns to the rest of the group and she says, now, observe. The headmaster instills such lack of confidence that they'll believe anything I say, even though they've been training together for years. All I had to do was say, Bootleg is on my side, and these gullible kids believed it.
Now, to be fair, he was draining their powers on top of it.
Oh, I know. That was so delicious. As we battled, their powers kept dropping off, and they knew exactly what was happening. They had felt it before. It was delicious. Now you can see why I'm in such a good mood. That headmaster doesn't know the first thing about training these children or using powers for people to get what they want. Now, you and this Silhouette character and whoever you two are, you seem like you could use a good training session. What say when this is all over, you come back to my place? And the original variants work it all out. Bootleg, okay, fine, misunderstanding, and Quintessa just laughs. Like, you are so gullible.
Hey, lady, how about you just tunnel us all the way out of here and we go our separate ways before I regret shaking your hand?
The original variants, she just chuckles to herself. Starburst, she says, well, I haven't seen any of these other genetic anomalies that you've talked about. We have been locked in this cell up until about 15 minutes ago. Pace says, well, if you want me to check, I can go check real quick. I could just, run through and find all of them if you want me to, man. I mean, it's really good to have you. Thanks for getting us out of here. I really, really appreciate it. It's good to see you, man. You're like my favorite guy to see right now. You want me to run? I'll run.
Are you feeling better?
Let's stay together for now, Pace. Just take it easy. Out of character, I sensed them all at once.
Yeah.
About how far away should they be and in what direction-ish?
About the same amount of space was in between them and Quintessa as is in between them and the other ones.
And is it if we keep going down this tunnel?
Yeah, it's almost like a circular,
thing, or
like a semicircular type thing. Yeah. So if you keep following it, you'll hit where you thought they were.
All right. The newbies must be over this way. And I'll turn and look at Contessa. Are you going to come with us and play nice? Or are you just going to bore yourself a hole out of here and fly away?
Oh, I wouldn't dream of running away now. We are having so much fun. And she looks to Takedown and says, aren't we, darling? Isn't this the bee's knees?
I mean, it was, but you're super weird.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Therion, are you coming, dear? And Therion just looks super pissed, because you can see he's pretty badly messed up. So, she just takes the lead again, and just starts walking. Do you follow her?
I'll hold a hand out for everybody to wait and give her about 5 seconds head start so she can take point.
She does not take notice of you at all, and she absolutely proceeds with confidence.
Yeah, I let her start down the hallway so that she's alone against whatever comes up, because that's the reason she still has her powers, is so that she can handle robots that are in the way.
Sure.
As soon as she's out of earshot, I'll lean over to the variants and be like, look, he was looking for you in the Bermuda Triangle. I foresaw that he was going to be drowning out there. I saved him because it fits into the plan. So, come on.
Yeah, you're a real philanthropist, Therion says.
He's
clutching his stomach. Yeah, thanks. Maybe you could have seen all this happening and stopped it instead.
Therion, maybe I didn't No, wait, one moment. Therion, just to be clear, you saved student debt in Paris, all right? As far as I'm concerned, you're the asshole. Now, do you want to get out of here or what?
Yeah, you normally understand Therion is sort of quiet and kind of thoughtful, right? And he only speaks when he's got something to say. He's a real like brooding type. But now he just seems like he's really agitated and frustrated, and he's not keeping his stuff together very well. Bootleg, you noticed that in particular. Like, you've spent a lot of time with Therion. He might be your best friend, and he is not handling his baggage right now.
Taro, I don't need your help for talking to my team. All right? If you've got something important to tell us about the future, you open your Irish mouth.
It wasn't because
just stay quiet.
It wasn't because of Taro, by the way.
I know, but he's also not helping.
Okay. Okay, so Quintessa does her thing. You don't hear any fights or any violent noises from up ahead. Do you follow as well?
Yeah, we just like to give her about 5. The plan was about a 5-second head start. Now it's probably about a 10.
Okay.
We'll follow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna before they do, I glare at Bootleg and say, "You know what? I've done nothing but help you out. I'm sick of it. Just turn around, walk out of the room."
Which way? Towards Quintessa or backwards?
I'm following Quintessa
Okay.
to just call her shots. Be like, 2 over that way.
Okay. So
Shin
you're
looks over at Takedown, and he just kind of opens his mouth. He's like, he doesn't like no sounds come out of his, but he's like, drama.
Yeah. Just, yep.
okay. So
Bootleg will wait for about another 4 seconds, and they'll go, yeah, let's just let the supervillains clear the way. And then we'll follow again.
all right. So you come across at length, maybe another 3 or 4 minutes. You sort of realize that Quintessa has picked up her pace a little bit, so she's now more than 14 seconds ahead of you. She's maybe a minute ahead of you. She's been, obviously picking up the pace. Taro, are you going to keep pace with Quintessa or hang back a little bit?
I'm hanging back just enough that I can help her call shots so she doesn't get surprised, but I've got an eye on Silhouette.
Okay. When you
Silhouette is walking along the wall, just having this little jazzy, a little bit cartoonish walk as he's
when you arrive, you see her bending down, talking to what looks like about 10 pounds of wild animal in an adorable 5-pound bag. This little girl with ruddy cheeks and curled hair. Kind of almost gives you the impression that she might have been going on a date, but her eyes look so savage that you're pretty confident that if anybody tried to touch her, she would bite you. But Quintessa is actually looking a little bit matronly as she's interacting with this girl. Behind the girl is a guy with bright eyes, small ears, and a really angular nose. His face is giving off the appearance like he's eager for something to happen, but you don't know exactly what. And then to the back of him is you aren't sure if it's a man or a woman, but they are dressed up in a sort of Men in Black suit. They have freckles, and they pretty much look like they are made to fit in. And Quintessa seems to be on relatively friendly terms with them. And when you come, she says, "Okay, we're all ready to get out of here. Whenever you're ready, say the word. We'll head back to your ship."
About that.
And at this time, you hear the klaxons begin going off again. This time, there's it's not red; these are green, and they are louder, and they're starting to. Each pulse seems to shake the island a bit.
Can these ones be wee wee wee?
This is yes, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not sure, but it does feel. You all of a sudden feel a sense of urgency.
Make us a hole, Tessa.
Where to?
Out
Okay. She just snaps her fingers, and this little spiral staircase appears in the rock to your right. Actually, Bootleg, make me a perception check.
Sure. That's a 19.
You sense, from this perspective, you sense a genetic anomaly. One that's not down here with you, but it does seem odd. It doesn't seem like anything that you've ever picked up before. You're not exactly sure why you're sensing it, but it's much different. But it is there. It is a genetic anomaly.
And in what direction?
Up. In the general direction that Quintessa made the hole.
Okay. Yeah, I will point. Yeah, that way. Let's double time. We've got another anomaly in that direction.
Okay. About halfway up, you sense. I'm assuming that you're keeping a lock on this anomaly.
Yeah.
You sense that the anomaly is now north, not up, but like there's like a different level, and then this anomaly was on it.
You guys see as Bootleg is ascending the spiral staircase, like he's keeping one hand on the wall and like half leaning on it, and he's occasionally missing a step. And like the whole time, like his eyes aren't where they should be for somebody going upstairs. He's definitely looking at where the anomaly is. I'm just gonna keep my full senses on, so I'm in some trouble if a fight check breaks out. It's the distracting disad, so I'm going to be really easy to sucker punch during this. But getting all the anomalies off the island is the important thing. So, yeah, he's moving in a very kind of distracted way. But we're just going to keep going, and then I'll try to point, in that direction.
Point out to Quintessa that she should create a way for you.
Yeah, like once it moves, I'll go make us a hallway going there.
She does not. Well, she doesn't stop. She just continues going up, but she knocks out a piece of the wall so that you could walk down that way if you want to.
Yeah, I will do so.
At this point, who's following Quintessa and who's following Bootleg?
I have dropped back to basically help guide Bootleg gently so he doesn't trip over shit.
Okay. That is nice. That's nice. All right. Who else is going with Bootleg versus Quintessa?
I think Takedown looks probably between the two of them, and it looks like White should, and then just like starts moving toward Bootleg's direction.
I look over at her and nod very subtly.
Ladies too weird.
Okay, Silhouette, are you going with Bootleg, or are you going to go with
Silhouette is going to look on both sides, and he's going to look at the lady, and going to go, well, you're telling me that you're getting out of this place right now, right?
Oh, well, I assumed that you had a ship. Isn't that where we're headed? I don't care about this other anomaly much. We've got to take care of ourselves first, darlings. Don't you agree?
That's not wrong, but getting in... I feel like I owe this big burly man a little bit of something in recompensation to helping me get out of here and do...
She says, darling, you're right. Let's go help them, because every genetic anomaly life has value. And so she turns back around and heads back towards the where Bootleg is. Bootleg, you...
I was still on the fence, but you made my decision for me.
Oh, you're right, darling. You're right. We need to stick together, don't we? And she just kind of... She doesn't actually pat you. She actually makes like she was going to pat you and then stops and then pulls her hand back.
And she just passed the wall.
All right.
It's in...
Bootleg, as you lead your people, you come across what looks like a hangar. And it does look like the anomaly is inside.
Is there an airplane and stuff in this hangar?
You see something. It does look vaguely airplane-ish, but not like anything that you've ever seen.
Yeah, it still counts. That's a 2-for-1 because it also counts as a way out. Do they? Again, I'm still got the anomaly sight up.
Yes, the anomaly.
Is the energy signature in the craft?
The anomaly does seem to be inside. Yeah.
Okay, I will blink a few times and turn that detail-oriented level off, and then just point. They're in there, in the swoopy-ass thing, and then take off across the hangar at a trot.
Okay, so what do you do? You've got the hangar does seem to lead outside. You've got a direct. If you can somehow learn to fly this thing.
Can I detect a sense of danger from the plane?
You detect a fairly good chance that you guys will crash. Yes, if you get inside, but also an equally good chance that you will survive.
I look at Bootleg. So, any pilots around whose minds you can raid against their will?
That's not how it works, but actually I've still got the piloting skills I picked up to fly us out here.
I don't know if it'll apply to that. I'm getting a 50-50 vibe off this.
Coin tosses work half the time, and I'll step up to like a jog towards the ship.
Okay, you reach the ship. It's probably about, let's say, 15 meters long.
Is there like an obvious door, or what do we got?
There's not an obvious door.
Well, then Silhouette is gonna go inside.
Silhouette.
It's probably dark in there, isn't it?
You teleport inside, and just for the briefest moment, you are completely disoriented and you don't know what's happening. But then, the inside of the craft seems to shift and convert to what was in your mind as what a ship should look like. And so now you are sitting in the cockpit of a ship.
Okay, that's strange. So he's gonna come out of there and tell everyone, like, this is not an airplane. Like I went in there, and it's shaped to my how do you say it? To my imagination.
So it's like Flight of the Navigator had a baby with an SR-71 Blackbird?
What are those?
It's more like LSD, I think.
Bootleg will just reach out and touch the side of it then, and try to will a door open.
It goes from cold, like super cold, to a very, very comfortable warm, all in the space of like maybe a second or two. And then as if it's responding to you, a door appears, like a sort of, like one of those doors that become stairs when you pull them down. And it just kind of opens up and kind of, these track lights sort of light up and start inviting you in with little green track lights that go up.
Let me try something real quick. I touch the plane and I think of a seaplane.
The outside subtly shifts, and it does look a little bit like a seaplane.
Well, I'll be damned.
Not perfectly, right? It doesn't totally become that, but like it sort of, tries. You can see it's trying.
This is where you felt the anomaly coming from.
Yup.
So Guishan's gonna go in.
This thing's alive.
Guishan's just gonna go in, and he's gonna imagine that a ship like this must have controls that are really similar to his favorite video games.
And
he's just gonna go sit down in the cockpit and be like, Elite Dangerous, let's go.
Yeah, so you sit down, and all of a sudden, this sort of control pops up, and it looks a little bit like an Xbox controller, like perfectly shaped to your hand, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I played this one before. Let's get out of here.
So he goes ahead, starts up the engines, and he's like, let's go.
Everybody in. Guishin, you good?
I own noobs in this one.
I lean over the pilot seat and go, I wonder if your imagination gives it a frame shift drive.
I don't know what that is, but this will go really fast. So buckle up.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I
you
help in anybody that's injured enough they need it.
Sure. You and the others get in. Quintessa gets in, and she motions for the other three genetic anomalies to get in as well. And after you guys are all set, you're able to take off.
All right, and so one thing Guishin can do is drive and video games. So off they go. Unless there's something in the way.
No, you fly and you leave the Soulforge Island behind. It's now, in your rear view. You can actually visibly see the island rumbling as you're leaving. You don't know if that means it's going to sink or not, but it's certain that the island is having some sort of seismic event. At length, you arrive back at Greystone. And the headmaster is overjoyed to see the original variants. He's sort of, when you get off the plane, because Greystone's got a hangar, as well. So he sort of eyeballs where you guys are coming out of. He sees Bootleg, and he sort of gives one of these, like, that wasn't a terrible performance, son. Make sure to report this in the log. And
you're gonna get me all sniffly, Doc.
and you've brought some new attendees for our academy, I see. And he, oh, Taro, you've done such a good job here, Killian. You're making me all weak in the knees. Now move along. I wasn't talking to you. Quintessa steps out of the ship, and Headmaster goes white, and you brought her here? Oh, you guys!
I got all the anomalies off the island, Doc.
Quintessa, you're not welcome here. She says, "Oh, I know I'm not, darling. I just wanted to hear you say it from inside your own house." Now, and she turns to Silhouette and she says, "Now, darling." She starts addressing everyone. "Now, darlings, I am going to go home now. I would love it very much if you would all go with me. Especially you, Silhouette. You're just scrumptious. And Taro, I just know that we're going to have a great time together. Silhouette, I know if you could just open one of those dark little portals and I'll step right in with you. Let's get out of here. And you, what was it, Guishin and Takedown? Oh, I could teach you better than this old fogey. And these three are already with me." And they all kind of grudgingly shake their heads. Are you?
My eyes cloud over for a second. I look shook, and I turn and go, I'll talk to them. Just keep that portal open for me.
Silhouette, are you going to go with her?
Silhouette, as she says that, everyone turns around, can notice the shadow is already, like, moving towards the corner. He's like, "Oh, what?" I guess I could open you a door, but, my doors close and open pretty quickly, and sometimes comes out in unexpected dark corners.
Oh, I trust you. I know you'll do the right thing. Bootleg, did you have something to say before Taro?
Yeah. Bootleg's just gonna, raise his voice and look at everybody, including the three that are already, traveling in her wake. Just go, anybody that wants to come to this school and learn how to use their anomaly powers safely for their own good and the good of others, you're welcome to come back anytime. Go with her now if you need to.
Quintessa just shouts, "Boring!" Go ahead, Taro.
As soon as she steps through the portal, I'm going to rush right over to the variants. Look, those kids are going to get a real bad mindful if somebody doesn't go with and try to steer them in the right direction. I'll do what I can, and I'll keep you posted as I can. Just Play nice. They all have a part to play in this, as do you.
Ooh, spooky. So, are you, Taro, you're going to go with her?
I don't have a choice. If I don't go, she's going to have a hold on those kids. Do you have any idea what that's going to mean for them and for everyone else?
No,
And Silhouette.
I don't.
Question. No, I have no. I don't know what
Silhouette
you're
is
No idea.
Silhouette?
okay. So Silhouette is gonna walk to a corner and goes. Well, I like your style, lady. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick around for very long, but the shadow looks around. I don't like walls, so after you, my dear. The shadow does a reverence, and the dark corner seems to split open and extend the shadow portal. And don't worry, people of this, he looks around. It's cool, I guess. Don't worry. I'll come back and visit. And maybe, just maybe, I'll let you know that I'm around.
All right. So, as Silhouette and Taro and the 3 genetic anomalies that you saw follow Quintessa into Silhouette's shadow portal, that seems like a good place to take a break. And we will be back in about 10 minutes. Is that better? Did we fix that issue at all? I'll wait for everyone to tell me if we fixed it or not.
Fix that issue at all?
Better. Okay, good. Eric says we're finished. Okay, restarting the monologue. Welcome back to Variants, episode 2B. The last episode, or the last session, ended with the Variants making it back to the Greystone Academy for the Prodigious after rescuing the original Variants from Soulforge Island. Silhouette, one of the anomalies they found there, and Taro, who was helping them, decided to go and leave with Quintessa when she made the offer to come with her instead and to leave the headmaster and the Greystone Academy behind. The other three variants, or the other three genetic anomalies they found as well, went with them, leaving the original variants and Guishin and Takedown to stay with the others at the Greystone Academy. Bootleg, you have been summoned to a meeting. It's now been a couple of days. Guishin and Takedown decided to stay. They have their rooms in the Greystone Academy. You've been summoned to a meeting with the original variants and the headmaster. When you walk in and sit down, Starburst begins. She says, listen, Bootleg, headmaster knows that you're going to stay, but the reality is we can't. We all have things that we want to do, and the Greystone Academy simply doesn't fit into our plans anymore for various reasons. I'll go first. I want to go to college. I don't want to be a superhero. I just want to live my life. I have a good handle on my powers, and I appreciate you rescuing us, but this episode has just shown me exactly how much I want to live a normal life. I don't want to be tortured by supervillains or used for somebody else's plan. I'm just going to go to college in Proudhaven. And then Anchor basically says, well, wherever she goes, I'm going. So it looks like I'm going to Proudhaven too. And she sort of folds her arms and just goes back to looking scowly. Pace suggests, well, you know, I don't really want to go to college or anything, and I know normal school is going to suck, but the reality is I don't really want to be a superhero either, and I don't like being tortured, and I miss my mom, I miss my dad, and I miss my old friends, and you guys are really cool and everything, but I really need you to go home, and I really need to be a normal guy for a while, and maybe if you need me anything, or something like that, and maybe when I grow, and when I hit my growth spurt and all that kind of stuff, I'll be a much better, cooler guy, but right now I just got to go home, and I'm really sorry. I hope you don't get mad at me, and then he sort of kind of runs off back to his room at super speed. Therion, he gets up and he sits down at the chair next to you and he says, look, Bill, I'm messed up. I'm not all right. Something's wrong with me. What they did to me there and that whole experience, I don't feel right. So I don't know if I'm leaving or not. But I've got to check myself in somewhere and make sure I'm okay, because the thoughts I'm having right now are they're not who I want to be, and I'm not sure that I'm safe with myself. So at least for the time being, I'm gonna be gone. I hope you understand. And the headmaster's just over there on the corner, just kind of shaking his head with a disappointed look that you know very well.
Listen, I get it, y'all. I don't know what happened to you on that damn island. I'm still not sure how I got out. But I don't hold it against anybody that doesn't want to go through that again. We never figured out exactly who was responsible. We don't even know if we really stopped them. We didn't know how many scientists got off that island first. We don't know how many more of those damn robots they got. So I don't begrudge anybody that doesn't want to do this anymore. But me and my dad have talked, and I don't have a whole heck of a lot waiting for me back home. So, I mean, these kids need somebody to keep an eye on them. And if the smart one isn't going to be here, he nods at Therion, and the strong one ain't going to be here making them feel smart, and he nods at Anchor. And if you're not going to be around trying to one-up everybody like this Guashian kid all the time, he looks at Starburst, And if Pace is, well, let's be honest, we're probably going to get a call from Juvie sometime pretty soon about Pace. But if Pace isn't around, I don't know, I guess I'll stay. So y'all do what you got to do. I understand. I wasn't there for the whole island, and I don't blame you for not wanting to go back to no damn island. So you take care of yourselves, and the door's always open, no matter what the headmaster says.
Thanks for understanding, Therion says, and he kind of gets up and wants to give you a hug.
I will let him.
Starbush immediately kind of joins in, and then Anchor turns into her metal form, and she embraces everyone in the hug a little bit too hard. And then Pace, who'd apparently been sitting at the end, or sitting outside waiting for this to wrap up, he runs in and joins in the hug, and the headmaster just scoffs and shakes his head and walks out.
I will make a mental note of whether or not I feel like I need to copy Takedown's regeneration in a couple minutes. But for right now, I just let the hug be a hug. But I do give Pace a long look. Hey, I mean it. You go back to your family, but you don't go back to the trouble you were getting in, all right? You're going to hurt the reputation of genetic anomalies everywhere. That officially makes you a supervillain. I'm going to have to come kick your ass.
Oh, no, man.
So don't do that, all right?
No, I'm not going to do that, man. I don't really want to. I don't really want to be a supervillain or anything like that. I just miss my mom. And he starts crying.
I know. Just no more stealing stuff, all right, kid?
Right, of course.
You can come visit pretty easily, all right?
Yeah, he's cool with that. And then about that time, there's a knock on the door.
And the headmaster stormed out, right?
Right. Not on.
Yeah, that makes it in my office.
Not on the door of the lounge. The doorbell for the academy is ringing, actually.
Oh, okay. I thought we were in the headmaster's office.
No.
But if the headmaster isn't in line of sight, that kind of makes it my school. So I'll be like, no,
whatever you need to tell yourself.
Sit. By which I mean, if I don't do it, no one will.
That is accurate. Yes.
And this is going to ruin the story. I think Takedown's already at the door because there's been this awkward conversation going on and a group hug.
If Takedown's at the door, you can absolutely answer it if you want to.
I think as soon as I hear a ping for the doorbell, that's a chance to be like, I'll get it, and just runs off.
So when you get to the door,
as she jets out, just you're stuck with it.
You open the door, and there is standing someone in a suit. Again, a rather androgynous figure with a suit and sort of braids in a kind of a northwest Native American style, kind of parted in the middle, hanging down. And they begin speaking.
I need to speak with the headmaster.
All right. Takedown looks around as if she should try to just let you in, or
do you let her in or him in? Do you let them in?
Yeah, I think Takedown has not been told not to. So just gonna step back.
Okay.
I was just Doctor, wait, who are you?
Indigo St. John. You can call me Two Spirit.
Indigo St. John, Two Spirit.
So there you
Is
go.
the headmaster expecting you?
No.
All right, you wait
Spirit.
right here. Do I have any idea where the headmaster might be, or if not, I think
as you're wondering that, he comes down the stairs and he says, "Oh, there you are. I've been wondering what's happened to you. Your people said that you disappeared long ago, and they haven't been able to find you. It's about time I was going to reach out to you and recruit you. Well, I guess you saved me the trouble. Ha ha ha."
I'm not here to work for you, Headmaster. I'm actually here to get you to work for us. I've been working half year.
What does that mean? Who are you working for?
Achilles.
Oh, dear God. Ugh. Why did I get the sense that my life is going to get complicated all of a sudden? Shut the damn door, Takedown, and bring this fool to the study. Bootleg, gather up the team. We're going to have a problem. And
well, I don't think y'all anymore. So I'll gesture for the old variants to disperse, and then I'll just kind of holler, Guaishin, Takedown. I know y'all heard him. Let's go downstairs. And I will amble in.
You pass the other variants, and they look at you like, see, this is what we don't want anymore. And Headmaster passes them, and he almost kind of just doesn't look at them. He almost ghosts them as he walks by, like, well, there goes the quitters. I guess you don't know what you're missing now. He doesn't say that out loud, but that's...
They know exactly what they're missing. That's the thing. Yeah, I just give them a look, like a shrug, like, yeah, I know. And then I'll head downstairs.
Okay. Once downstairs, the Headmaster says, listen, this kind of stuff happens all the time, so if you're not used to drama, get used to drama. But this person here is going to tell us something, and it's going to complicate our lives. That's just the way this stuff works. So go ahead. I was going to help you train. Your powers were going to help you make a difference in the world, but you went and sold your soul to some stupid organization. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what exactly you're doing here, Indigo?
I've had all the training I need, Headmaster.
Bootleg's actually going to hold up his hand, just like this, like a kid in school wanting to talk.
What is it, Bootleg?
Not you. Hi there. It's nice to meet you. My name is Billy Colt. Some folks call me Bootleg. Welcome to the Greystone Academy for the Prodigious. Thank you for making the trip up here. Please, let us know what this is about.
Thank you very much. Two-Spur will hold out their hand to shake yours.
I will shake, and then kind of gesture towards whatever nearby seating might be available. I'm not sure exactly what room we ended up in, sorry.
The lounge.
Is the rest of your day going to be off if you don't give the spiel every time you meet someone new?
What, you'd prefer we let the Headmaster actually be the face of the Academy?
I mean, he's the face of chicken all over the country. Why not?
Headmaster looks at you like...
Hey, don't be mad, Colonel Sanders.
I didn't bring you here to make chicken jokes. You can go back to being sad in graveyards. No one's gonna miss you. Or you can make yourself into a hero. Now shut up and listen.
I know you all just got home. I expected that I was going to be talking to the original team, but it seems like you've lost control of them as well.
Enough commentary, just get to the point.
We know about what happened on the island. And the fact is, we've been overlooking your behaviors because, frankly, you've been useful to us. But if you want that to continue, we're going to need your help. We need your team to come to El Salvador with us to help us round up a genetic anomaly that has been causing some problems.
You are gravely mistaken. We're not your fetch team for people of our kind. You're like some sort of race trader working with Achilles. Don't you know they're just using you?
Do I get to fly the plane?
Well, I don't know. We're not going with... Shut up, hold on. And what do you think we're just going to go down there and get one of our own kind and then hand it over to some secretive UN government organization?
If you wish to keep the freedom that you've had, then yes, I do expect that.
Are you threatening the school?
I am telling you your position in this situation.
We don't owe you a damn thing.
If we say no, who goes?
An Achilles team will go. They'll probably be a little bit more rough than you would. And you all are now criminals. You have done a great deal of damage to public property, and that won't be ignored.
What are you going on about, public property? We've never damaged any public property.
Oh, the rental car.
Oh.
The rental car.
I'm pretty sure that's not what the United Nations is worried about. But the fact remains that we certainly have the potential to damage public property.
What?
All right, we'll do it.
Oh, God, Bootleg, you're such a pushover. What do you think that you have on us? What are you accusing us of?
You sank an island.
I mean, but it was a real bad island.
I don't remember sinking an island. Are you sure?
We're aware of your recent activities.
And what, this is your island?
That's not the...
Are you saying this was Achilles' island? That Achilles was kidnapping variants?
Achilles has interests all over the world.
And so what? You're going to charge us with the sinking of an island that doesn't exist. And you say you want to track down a genetic anomaly.
Courts aren't exactly a part of our process.
All right, shut up. Give us a minute. And then he motions you to head into the hallway.
Doc, the threats aren't the important part. The fact that they're going to send some freaking UN peacekeeping task force after an anomaly is the important part.
Yes, I agree.
We don't exist to go help anomalies in trouble and to try to get them out of that trouble. What do we exist for?
Oh, how little you think of me, Bootleg. I was never going to let them go down there without us. I just wanted to know exactly what their position was. More information is always better. But I agree. You should definitely take the team down there. Take your fancy new plane if you want to. But I don't want you to let them take this genetic anomaly. I want them to be brought back here, no matter who they are. Every genetic anomaly can be redeemed into something useful.
Yeah, I remember you said exactly that to Quintessa when she stepped off the plane.
That's different. She's no good. She's no good.
No, it's
she's
not.
No good. Bootleg, she's no good.
She's an anomaly, so
you
we
want
should
me to
try
say
to
it
help
again?
her.
Sing it.
You can give it a go if you really need to,
and
Doc.
Then he sort of gets this little wild hair in his eye, and he says, "She's no good. She's no good. She's no good. Bootleg, she's no good." And then he said, "Now take your plane and get it the hell out of here.
Don't ever do that again."
All right, so question: if things go sideways down there, you're not going to let the UN catch us in our plane, are you?
If you are helpful, then no. Wait, who were you talking to?
No, I was asking Guaishin.
Oh.
So, Guaishin, if things go sideways down there, you're not going to let the UN catch us in our fancy new plane, are you?
What? No. That's ridiculous.
An offer of fist.
He fist bumps and then kind of looks over at Takedown like fist bumping.
I don't know, man. I'm not so certain anymore.
Let's go work for the UN until it's not convenient.
All right, we're going to stop the stream. Something seems to be going odd. So let's see if we can stop it and restart it and see if we can get our visual back. Stay tuned.